Bumming with Bob. Let's have a few brews. We'll have some fun with the bum wine crew. So kick your feet up and grab you a beer. 'Cause damn, man, I'm glad that you're here.
All right. This is Bumwine Bob, welcoming you to an all-new edition of Bumming with Bobcat, and making his triumphant return to the show this week to make it a 5 years running is it
5 years? Is it?
It is. I went into the archives, I looked, I verified, and since 2018, you have made one appearance, at least one, sometimes multiple, per year, and we're just squeaking it in just in time before we wrap up 2022. And he is the one and only. You might know him from his many different podcast ventures over the years. He is the current host of the Dennis versus the World podcast when that happens from time to time. And you also know him from bumwinebob.com and his frozen pizza chronicles. He is the one and only Dennis has returned. Dennis, how are you, man?
I am extremely intoxicated, I think, right now is the correct terminology. Our path crossed originally when I had the podcast, The Functioning Drunks. And you were the first person to actually reach out and say, hey, you know what? You should be on my podcast because I think there's some synergy there. And you're the only person that I think I still contact or talk to from that time. But I am doing good. I do have that podcast, the Dennis versus the World podcast, that has 2 episodes, I think.
a big 2, huh?
We dropped 2 hot ones, and then the things that happen in life sometimes take away from the things that we want to do. And that's where we're at now. I have kids. The podcast game, Bob, is a game that is built for probably people who are single with no children or married and no children, I guess. But it's hard to do a podcast when you have kids.
Yeah, well, the podcast. The podcast.
That's my excuse for being a lazy fucking bastard.
Okay. I mean, you're just letting those episodes simmer a bit before you drop new ones. You gotta let it cook for a while, let people really digest it.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody can put out a podcast every week.
Sure. We could all be Joe Rogan if we wanted to be.
Right.
But I don't want to be. You know what I want to be? I want to be the Steven Spielberg of podcasts, where every time I drop a podcast, it's a fucking classic.
That's true.
The 2 that are released right now, if I may boldly say, are the 2 greatest podcasts in the history of podcasting.
Well, technically, I'm looking right now. Not counting your little teaser of the
don't call it
coming soon.
That's just
1, 2, 3, 4.
We have 4.
We have 4
up there.
4 episodes
of the Dennis versus the World podcast.
Yeah. In your feed here, I'm looking right at it from the Dennis versus the World coming soon. We're not counting that. That's just the teaser.
Okay, so here's the thing, though. Are you looking at the correct feed? Because here's the other thing. When you're an alcoholic, you probably should have someone else doing. You should probably have someone else doing the official publishing of the podcast. You may be looking at the old podcast that was the Dennis. What was the other one? The Dennis Show. That might be the Dennis Show podcast that you're looking at.
No. This is the Dennis versus the World, the latest one, because I remember the Dennis Show that was the separate feed. I remember
you're the only one.
I remember you specifically said that you had to make a new one because you screwed up and something with the old feed. But yeah, I mean, now how many of these are actual episodes? I mean, there's 4 here, so
there should be one with Shayna.
Yeah, you have. I guess your like I said, we have your teaser, which we're not counting that.
We're not counting that one at all.
You have, does this mic still work?
Oh, okay, yeah. Yep.
And,
that was a solo job by me.
Yeah, then you have dating tips with Shayna and Dennis.
Yep.
Then shaved Ewoks and troubling truths of the House of Drummond,
which is honestly probably my greatest hour of
podcasting.
Yeah, I think so. And I think honestly, after we recorded that, Eric from the name escapes me now.
The two bearded losers.
Yes. Sorry,
yes.
Eric. That's not a slight on you. That's me. I'm drunk.
I think I think he knows at this point. Not
for sure.
He knows what he's getting with you.
Yeah. That hour though is actually, I think, probably the greatest hour of my podcasting career. And if you haven't listened to it, have you listened to it, Bob?
I did listen to that. Yes.
How many times did you laugh?
Multiple. I lost count.
How many times did you have to pause it, go to the bathroom, piss yourself, and then come back to it?
I had to change my pants.
Okay.
And then come back again. Actually, after like the third or fourth time, I pissed my pants. I just said, you know what, I'm not. I'm just back on.
This is what's going to happen now.
I said, luckily I was at home. And
sure, yeah.
Not like I was out.
Okay, so I should put a warning on the show. If you're listening in a car or at your family's house, go to your house and listen to this. You're going to need access to your bathroom or possibly diapers. I don't know.
And it's not safe for the whole family. Just so you know, it's NSFW,
it's
not safe for work, not safe for work, not safe for the home life. You put the kids to bed, and then you can crank up the Dennis versus the World podcast.
So let me ask you this: since you listened to that podcast, when I revealed that the Ewok was actually Emmanuel Lewis. When you listened to that, when you heard it the first time, did you think that was a racist comment?
No.
Okay, no. Because after me and Eric got off, when we stopped recording, I asked him, I was like, do you think we're going to get canceled for that? And you know what he said? Elon Musk is going to buy Twitter, so I think we can say it anyways.
Right. So it was seeing the future. I mean, this was a couple months ago when this podcast came out.
Yes.
So, but it's just, you were just going because you're like, the Ewoks they're little guys.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
Emmanuel Lewis, who we all know and love as Webster, he's a little guy too. I mean, right. It just,
and plus, I just say things that make myself laugh. That really, I think all comedians at the end of the day, that's really all. They're not trying to be offensive. They're just saying things that make them laugh.
Right. And we know you have no filter, so
I don't have a filter.
Yeah, especially once the beers start flowing. So I'm going to crack open.
What are you drinking
another
tonight?
One here.
I'm going to be the host of the show now. Bob, what are you drinking tonight?
See, tonight we are living the high life with the classic champagne of beers, the Miller High Life.
One of the most dangerous beers in the store, literally. Especially if you're able to find the bottles. The bottles, they pour so smoothly, and I honestly probably could drink 35, 40 of them in a night.
Yeah,
and that's not even like being like the typical white dude exaggerating on his prowess. I literally could drink 40 of them.
Yeah, the High Life goes down smooth and gets you just the right amount of buzz that you're not getting blackout after.
Exactly. It cradles you.
like a 12-pack. It cradles you into a nice false sense of security. and you know you start thinking about things you could do and you should do. And that is the very essence of the perfect beer. Yeah.
It gets you to think about the stuff that you want to do, but you know you shouldn't do.
Right. And then depending on how many of these you drink, you might do it anyway.
So, like you said, I've been on the show one time, at least one time every year for the last 5 years. In that time, there's one question that I've always wanted to ask you. What is the most beers you've drank in one night?
Most beers in one night? I mean, I don't have an exact number, but I'd probably say about, and it might be on the lower side compared if you're throwing like this 30-40 number out there. I mean,
I am the Jose Canseco.
I'd probably say like 20. I don't want to. I say like 23.
23. That's
because
you know what? That's a respectable fucking number, though.
Because I know for sure. I know this was probably about 5 or 6 years ago at a buddy of mine's bachelor party. We rented a cabin out in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Just for the weekend, just to hang out and do manly man things.
Sure,
you do
without the ladies bothering you.
Exactly. And I know we left that day. I picked up a 18-pack of Rolling Rock when we were leaving.
So wow, that's what? That's not really a beer that you should consume a lot of, though. I don't think.
Yes and no, because it doesn't have a high ABV, so it's not. I think it's only like a 4.5.
Yeah, it's probably just a regular number, but it seems like a heavy beer because it's a green beer, right?
Yeah. But I think it's kind of deceiving with it. When you look at it, you think a green beer. Okay, you think it's going to be heavy, but not too much really. So I know the first night out there, I took down that whole 18-pack, and then was still drinking. I mean, this was like an all-day affair, probably from getting there at like noon or 1 o'clock, and drinking until like 2-3 in the morning.
And plus, the whole time you're driving there, you're building yourself up. You're hawking up, right? Thinking about all this beer you're going to drink.
Yeah, and one of the funniest thing, but everybody thought was funny, was that this was in the winter, and we get to the house we're staying at. We pull up the driveway, and it's like a sheet of snow and ice in the driveway. And guess who? The second I was in the passenger seat of my friend's truck. He was driving. The second we get out in the driveway, take 2 steps, and guess who slips and falls on his ass? and that was before drinking. So,
so you had a sore ass going into this.
Yes. So, but the beer certainly helped. So I know for sure. I know I got through that 18-pack of Rolling Rock, and then kept drinking other whatever random beers we had around after that. So that's why I want to say that it'd be somewhere between like 23, 25 beers or so, and without waking up the next day feeling like shit. That's always the thing, because you drink that many beers, it's gonna be a toss-up how your next day is.
Yeah, you're coming in blind on that one.
Yeah.
So before we started podcasting, you sent me a pic of pre-gaming, and it was your Miller High Life can, and I believe it was a 9-piece chicken nugget.
No, that was the McRib.
Oh, was it the McRib?
It was the McRib, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I was
drunk eyes. Lost that. I thought it was.
It's very similar. It could be very similar to the container of the.
Yeah, the box looks the same.
Yeah, like a 10-piece nugget.
You really didn't. You showed me the back end of the box. You didn't show me the front end. You didn't give me the money.
No, I didn't. It was just a tease, because I was like,
you bitch.
Like what? Because it was so funny. A few weeks ago, I posted a picture of I had a tall boy can of Mickey's fine malt liquor, with the 20-piece nugget, a double cheeseburger, and a small French fry, and I posted it on Instagram, and I said, "Now this right here, this is the real, the real adult Happy Meal that you should be getting."
Not this fake fucking
right. You know that whole thing a few months back, where there was the adult Happy
gimmick.
Meal and saying this, you got this stupid collectible toy.
Had you ever heard of that the company or the dude that created that company?
No,
me either. Like I feel like I'm pretty tied in with pop culture
and food,
especially food.
I know food. That's your forte. Is the food.
That's my thing. If I'm not drinking, I'm eating.
Yeah.
And if I'm not drinking or eating, I'm sleeping.
Right. And usually you're drinking and eating at the same time.
And sleeping.
And sleep. I don't know how you do it, but you find a way to do all three at once.
Listen, modern medicine is fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's a skill.
But seriously, I'd never heard of this company. I don't even know what it's called now. I would look it up, but I don't really care that much. Yeah. and by the sounds of it, nobody did, because it went away really quick.
It went away quick, but I saw things saying that people were selling these toys that came in for hundreds of dollars, like for the complete.
And you know who's buying that? Nobody. Nobody's buying them.
I don't know. They claim. I don't know. Well, okay. They say people are selling them for that much now. Is anybody actually buying it? Nobody knows.
We need to uncover that. We need to get the news team, the BWB news team.
We'll get the crew. We'll get the crew out there. We'll get the street team out there to really dig into it and see what really goes on behind the scenes when it comes.
I think it's all a goddamn lie.
Yeah, these McDonald's adult Happy Meals. When it said what people really want is the beer and the
there wasn't, right? There was no liquor or booze involved, right?
No, it was either a Big Mac or a 10-piece nugget with a fry.
So it's just a fucking Happy Meal,
right? And
in a bigger box.
Yeah. It's just more food within a box for like $10. This is like the same price you're paying for a value. Well, not even it's like $15 for like a meal at McDonald's now. It was $6 for just a McRib.
So you sent me the picture of apparently it was a McRib.
Yes.
And apparently now this is the end. The literal
finale.
End.
The finale
of the McRib. Now, are you a fan of the McRib, or did you buy into the advertising of this being the last time you would ever get a chance to eat the McRib?
It's been a while since I had a McRib. At least the past few times it came back, I do not think I had it. So it's been years since I had the McRib, and I was like, oh, you know what, I want something different. And
I'm going to be talking to Dennis, and I think the most apt thing that I could eat is a McRib.
Exactly. I was like, I know Dennis is the connoisseur of all things food, and I know you're a connoisseur. You know the fast food. You know all the good stuff.
Yeah.
And you go by the McDonald's all the time. They have the big sign, saying the final McRib season is here. Get it now before it's
when
too
he
late.
Says I go by the McDonald's all the time, what he means is I have DoorDash on my phone.
Well, I know that, yeah,
because I don't leave the house.
I know they bring it to you.
These motherfuckers will bring the French fries to me now because of COVID. Right. God bless COVID.
Yeah. If they get your order correct, because I know you've had. I know you. I know. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole yet with you. But so they have the big sign on the window says, the final McRib. Get it now before it's too late. And I was like, oh, you know what? I was like, I want something different. I haven't had a McRib in a long time. if it really is the last time, all right, screw it. Let me get one. And $5.99 for a McRib.
Does that come with the drink and fries?
No, that was just for the sandwich.
That's
itself.
Just for a sandwich.
That's just for a sandwich.
$6 for a McRib.
I think if you actually got the meal with the fries and the drink, I could have sworn it was like $12.
Jesus Christ.
Like that. I remember years ago, I thought the McRib was like $2 or $3.
Yeah.
Damn inflation screwing everything up.
So, yeah, I mean, inflation, don't even get me started on this. Inflation is fucking made up, right? It's gotta be, because how can you tell me the value of $1 is under $1 if it's $1? Because we made up currency. It's a man-made creation.
Number, yeah.
we cut trees down and we printed it. It's made up, guys. So how are we?
And you say you exchange this amount of monetary value for this item.
And what are you basing this on?
I know. And here's your $5.99 for one McRib. That's this crappy little fake rib sandwich, which is not good at all. I looked at it I open up the box and I look at it, and it's like, okay, yep, that's
This
the
is
McRib.
what we're doing.
This is what we're doing. This is the McRib, and the first bite, you're like, okay, barbecue sauce. I taste something that does not taste like ribs. I love ribs.
You smoke ribs almost like every weekend or something.
I do a lot. I do a lot of smoking ribs, and I love ribs. This does not taste like it. This
doesn't even taste like a hot dog.
No. A hot dog's like 50,000 times better than.
I'll be honest with you, and this is going to blow your mind, dude. I have never had a McRib. I have literally never had a McRib. And
now's your chance.
No, I'm not going to. I think I want to be the one person that has never experienced the McRib. I want to be the one person. You want to be that guy. I want to be the one person that when I die and I go to, what is that? It's not heaven, it's not heaven or hell. It's the in between. I want to be in the in between, and they're gonna ask me, why do you think you should get into heaven? And I'll be like, well, I didn't have a McRib, and they'll be like, you're the one.
You're the chosen one. You're the chosen one.
You're the chosen one. And I'm like, goddamn right I am.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not missing anything. I never understood the hype. Now I get it because it's a limited time offering. Like whenever it comes back every year, it has like that short window.
Yep.
Of it's only available now. Get your McRib now while supplies last. And now this is the year.
I always wondered when they said while supplies last. I was like, what do they mean by that? And then I did go into the YouTube, the rabbit hole, to figure out why supplies don't last. And I don't know if you guys have Scrapple where you're at, but basically Scrapple and the McRib are basically the same thing, only the McRib is like a little prettier.
Right.
From my understanding. Am I incorrect on that?
No, you're right. Yeah. I don't even know if I would call it pretty. I mean, I guess by default, yes, it's a little bit
have you seen
prettier.
Scrapple?
I've seen
terrifying.
it. Yeah, I've never actually had Scrapple, but I have.
Same.
I have seen it. Yeah,
Scrapple looks like the roofing, the tiles on your roof.
Yeah,
you could literally. You know what? Honestly,
you could use that to.
We should we should do this. We should buy some Scrapple, and then pull some roofing off.
Yeah, replace
and serve it to someone in. What is it? Is Pennsylvania the area that eats the Scrapple?
I think so.
Okay, so we'll serve one person, the oldest person in the state, who has had Scrapple all their life. We'll serve them one plate of actual Scrapple, and then we'll serve them a plate of
roofing,
and see if they can tell us the difference. And I bet 9 times out of 10 they will pick the tile off the roof. I guarantee it.
There's a challenge right there to see that. Scrapple or roofing.
So we pissed
What's
them
your
off.
pick? What's your
Where
pick?
are we going next? Who are we going to piss off next?
Well, before we go any further, what are you?
Wait, hold on. Before we go any further,
yeah.
The reason I asked you about that, though, the food question is, do you have a typical like go-to meal before you know that you're gonna like drink a lot of beer or liquor?
No, nothing specific, but I do try to get a good meal in beforehand. Get nice and full to soak up everything. Nothing specific. Not like, oh, I gotta go get my McRib. Definitely no, not that. This was just a spur of the moment.
Got it. Okay.
Tonight, but usually I try to like before a nice night of drinking. And I think all of us veterans of the drinking world know that you need to get that nice base coating in.
Miyagi will call it balance. You need a good balance. You need a good balance.
Exactly.
And then a good balance of alcohol disease.
Yeah, you have alcohol, and then depending on how much you're drinking, you got to have some snacks to keep everything level.
What I'm going to do after we're done here on the podcast, I think I posted on Twitter. I'm going to make some chili dogs.
Okay.
I have everything to make a nice, good chili sauce. Chili sauce for dogs should never have beans, and I need everyone to really understand that right now. That's where I'm at right now.
So is that only just the chili sauce just for hot dogs, right?
Just for
beans.
just for a chili dog. Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to have beans in your chili for like your
regular chili,
your Sunday football chili, go ahead. Throw those beans in there. I don't like them. They're gross to me.
So you're an anti-bean in chili just in general.
I don't know if I feel comfortable with being an anti-bean person.
If you would, I didn't mean to put you on a spot like that.
I don't know how Elon feels about
about beans. Yeah, I don't want to post the episode preview on Twitter and say no. Dennis doesn't like beans, and next thing you know, we're suspended.
Yeah, we're done.
It can happen.
Although, if you pay for the $8 for the blue check, we're fine.
That's true.
I'll give you $4. Well, I'll pitch in.
All right, if you're pitching in, all right, we'll take some donations. Donations are
to GoFundMe. Let's get that blue check.
We're doing a telethon here now. So come on down. What do we got? 45 cents. All right, that's good.
What does that get us, Elon?
Yeah, 45 cents. Like an eighth of a check? I mean, what can we do here? Can we work?
Awesome. If he had any fucking brains in his head, that's what he would do. Oh, you got $2? You get a fourth of a check.
Yeah, exactly. Right next to your name is just a little check, and then the next month you put in another $2, and your check gets a little bit bigger, and then 4 months from now,
that is the exact thing that community is. You get to see the blue,
the growth
occur. Yeah,
the growth.
We all can bandy about it. I think that's the word. The bandy about it. I don't know.
I mean, who doesn't like to see a nice growth?
Exactly. Yeah. But go on now. 5 years, man. This is every conversation we've ever had is just like this.
Yeah. Okay. And what I was trying to say before is what are you drinking tonight? Is it the Old Reliable?
Oh, it's always the Old Reliable.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Natty Ice.
The Natty Ice. I am a man of I don't like change. So it's always if I can't get the Natty Ice, it will be the Natty Daddy. And if I can't get the Natty Daddy, I will fall back to the Ice House. But but luckily, during this weird time that we are living in, the Natty Ice has not stopped.
Yeah, nobody put any stop to that. That is the, and we're talking about the Old Reliable. That's
always, the one. That is the one.
There's no shortage of Natty Ice. Anytime you go to the store,
but here's the
30-pack.
There is a conundrum sometimes though. Like so, for the new listeners that have not listened to me or heard my podcasts, I since the COVID, the lockdowns, I don't go anywhere really. Like I've probably been out of my house since 2020, maybe 7 times, maybe 9 times. That's probably being very liberal with the number, but I just totally fucking lost my thought. my thought. Where was I going with that, Bob?
You said you don't leave the house.
I don't leave the house.
We were talking about Natty Ice.
Everything is delivered. Natty Ice in my house all the time. I think I just had a stroke. I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't.
You can always get the Natty Ice. You want to place that order. The Natty Ice is always there.
I think
it's always in
stock. What I'm trying to say is the best thing that ever happened was the COVID.
So you don't have to leave your house.
Oh, I found it. I got it, Bob. Don't call me a hero, but I just remembered my thoughts. So now I just grocery shop by like Instacart, DoorDash, Uber Eats, that way. Instacart has this thing where it will tell you if the item is in stock like a lot. Like it'll be like there's a lot, like I just said. Or if it's out and every day, well, not every day because I don't have to buy beer every day. I stock up. I usually buy about 4 packs every 2 days, whatever. It depends on my mood.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is it the weekday? Is it the weekend? What do I have going on?
Do I have my kids?
Right.
I don't have my kids. All right, let's get it all. But it'll tell you. It'll say large quantities in stock. And I say I'm an atheist. I don't believe in God, but when I wake up, I'll open my phone and I'll be like, please, God, just do me this.
Beep it, natty ice.
Just tell me that there's a lot in stock. That's all I need to know. I don't need to have a guessing game today. I don't need that kind of stress. And I'll open it up, and sometimes it'll say large quantities, and sometimes it doesn't say anything. And now my day has been tipped over. I put my order in, and I don't know if it's going to come. That's not the world I want to live in.
No, nobody wants to live in that world. They want to know. You want to wake up in the morning and know that your natty ice is in stock and ready to be delivered.
I just wish my dad had lived long enough to see beer being delivered to the house. Yeah. That's my only complaint about everything in this world. If he could have just got to, my dad loved his computer. He loved Fark.com. Do you remember Fark.com? I don't know if it's even still a thing.
I don't know, but I think you might have brought it up once before. But
did I? Yeah,
I don't remember though. No.
So he loved Fark.com. He liked titties on his computer, and he liked beer in his refrigerator.
Yeah, that's America.
That is America. That is the simplest form of America, and that's why I love my dad. And if he could have looked at Fark, looked at boobies, and ordered beer on his computer, I think that guy, who was an agnostic, didn't ever make a decision. If he would have been able to order beer and have it delivered to his house, he probably would have been a Christian. So maybe it's good that he didn't live long enough to see that.
You can just imagine just that first order he placed would have been like, wow, and then just waiting.
I can only imagine, dude. That would be the great. So you know what? Now I gotta react. I have to hire actors to reenact that situation where my dad was able to put an order in for beer to be delivered to his house. That would be the most. Yeah, that would have been amazing.
And I mean, look how far we've come as a society to be able to get this. And speaking of your Instacart, are you still having that thing with your Instacart delivery person there? Where
you mean the romance?
Yeah, your romance.
It's
is it still ongoing or?
It's very ironic that you bring that up right now because I'm going to read you the conversation that I had with my Instacart gal just today. Let me scroll up here for a second. So her name is Anne. Anne has been servicing me on Instacart for a while now. And I ordered my beer and the stuff for my chili dogs. And it said, Anne will be doing your delivery. And I wrote to her, hey, Anne, thanks for ordering thanks for taking my order. And she said, Dennis! All capitals.
Okay, so she was excited to hear from you. Yeah.
And I said, we got to stop meeting like this, Anne. And she laughed. And she said, I know, right? My hubby is getting a little suspicious.
Uh-oh.
Why I'm gone all day shopping. And I wrote, dang husbands. And then there was some talk about raspberries not being in. And I said, you know what? Don't worry about the raspberries, Anne. We don't need them tonight. And I said, I'll just order from Costco tomorrow. And she goes, oh, I take orders for Costco. And I said, you do, Anne? And she said, yeah. And I was like, what if your hubby finds out we're exploring other stores? And she said, I'll just have to be very careful, like a rabbit. And I didn't really understand that.
Yeah. Well, I guess they're very sneaky, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think of rabbits as very sneaky animals, but hey.
I'll be honest, when she said that, I took my hand off my dick for a second. And then I said, "You're funny. I like you." This is my bold moment. This is where I wanted to see if she would take it to the next step.
See if she takes the bait.
Yeah, I didn't know if I was actually talking to like a dude from Pakistan at this point. I just
it could have been. You never know. Until you actually see her in person, you never know.
Well, I have though, and she does have a big fucking ring on her finger.
Okay.
Because we've done this dance several times. And at one time, I thought, you know what? I am gonna fuck her. I'm gonna fuck my Instacart.
Right. I remember the conversation you had with Shayna about it, about how you should try to proceed with. And there's a question about condoms or no condoms.
Right. I was trying to break the ice. I was trying to get some clarification of what our relationship was. Shayna said I shouldn't bring it up. I think she's wrong.
No, it's a tough one. It's a tough one.
Dating is really rough, especially
Instacart dating.
Instacart is really hard dating.
Yeah, that's really a tough dating app.
I'm gonna actually, you know what? I'm gonna call them and ask them what the hell is the deal with their dating service.
It's not working.
It's not working. I have not gotten my dick touched one time. But that was basically it.
And did she say anything else after that?
No, I think I did freak her. I freaked her out, I think, a little bit at the end there.
Okay.
Dennis became Dennis and scared
her away. But, well, hey, as long as hopefully she'll come back around. And,
she always takes the order.
Won't give up on you. So you said you have seen her before. So what? Like when she comes and drops it off, you're kind of peeking out and.
Yeah, I'm like looking. Sometimes I'll open the door and I'm like, "Thanks, Ann." And then one time I saw the ring on her finger and I was like, "I don't want to break up a family."
So you never actually took the time to really peek out and actually chat face to face.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever actually seen each other face to face.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if we're ready for that step, Bob, to be honest. I mean, we're still playing the game.
Patience.
We're
playing
the game.
It's all right. Take your time.
If this is love,
don't rush it.
Later.
Don't rush it. Don't rush it. You can't hurry love. So
exactly.
Take your time. Patience.
You can't buy love either.
You can't buy that. Yeah. You can't
buy me love.
Can't buy me love. Love don't cost a thing.
Well, that's a lie.
You keep ordering stuff on Instacart, and maybe it will buy you love.
I order food that I don't even eat. I just throw it right in the garbage. I just want to see it.
So, Ann, if you're listening.
Or Instacart, maybe you just sponsor the podcast.
Yeah. Can we make this happen here?
I gotta pay $35. I have to make an order of $35 every time I want to see this girl.
Just gonna buy a lot of beer.
That's 3.5 15 packs.
But see that you're not gonna waste. You know that will get dry.
You know what though? That's the thing. So,
but you don't want her to just bring you a whole bunch of beer that think you're some raging alcoholic.
But that's the thing I do. I order all the beer and she brings it and she still comes back for more. So I think her kink is alcoholism.
Alcoholism and
I am way into that, my friend.
Maybe she just loves some natty ice. I mean, who doesn't?
My dad used to drink a lot too.
Yeah, maybe she wants to call you her natty daddy.
She can.
See?
Even on Saturday. Get it?
Because they see Saturdays, yeah.
Yep. We're tying it all in.
Oh, it is. Everything here always comes full circle. We always tie everything back together in a neat little bow. If this
is your first time listening to the Bumline Bob Show, or your first time at bwb.com or bumlinebob.com, we tie everything in. We're professionals. This is
yeah.
Maxim tried to figure out the game. I always tell people that bumwinebob.com is Maxim, only better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't need that. You don't need Maxim. You don't need Barstool. You don't need any of that stuff.
Wait. Calm down now. We're not going to talk about Barstool like that. Dave gets annoyed. We don't want a war with Dave.
No. Well, hey, they had their chance. I talked to those guys one time years ago, and they passed on it. They could have been with us. They could have.
Dave, you fucked up, man. You fucked up. You would have made so much money.
I know. Whoever those two interns were, or whoever guys I talked to that time, and I guarantee you they don't work there anymore. I don't know if they do or don't, but I'm pretty sure they probably don't anymore.
Probably not.
And the podcast that I had actually talked to them through doesn't exist anymore either. So look who's here in the long haul. We're going on.
Who won?
Yeah, who's still out here doing a podcast? This guy.
We are.
We're here.
I count myself as we.
Yeah. Well, when you've been on this many times,
I mean, I've been writing, and I use the air quotes, writing for the website for a long time now. It's probably my longest relationship.
Yes.
Probably the healthiest too.
You hear that, Anne?
You like that, Anne? Oh wait, she's still standing out there. I guess I didn't tip her.
See, come on in. Come on,
Anne, come on in.
Come on in here. Be on the podcast. Let's talk about this.
Speaking of Barstool, though, did you ever try their frozen pizzas?
I have not yet. I've seen it, but I haven't gone and tried it yet.
We have covered on the website.
Yes, that was the first frozen pizza chronicle.
Is that the one that triggered it?
I think it was.
I think you may be right.
I think that was the original.
The original. That makes sense.
The OG.
The OG review.
Yep.
What score did I give it? I think I gave it an 8.3.
Yeah, Frozen Pizza Chronicle #1. Oh, back on October 1st, 2021. So just over a year ago. The first ever.
That's it. It seems like 10 years ago.
I know. All these.
Jesus Christ! I thought I've been doing this for 10 years.
See, I know. I don't. Let's see. The official score, 3.9 out of 5.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm doing the 5 score. Okay, yeah. So apparently they weren't happy with the pizza itself, and they've redesigned the pizza with different flavors. So we're gonna have to double back on that.
Revisit it and
apparently
a one bite. I don't know what a one bite is, but a one bite.
But I really did like it. I didn't give it a high score because of Dave or Barstool. I did enjoy it, but now I'm questioning myself because they didn't like it. If the person that created it doesn't like it, why did I like it? I'm also intoxicated when I do these reviews.
Exactly. It's tough when you're, like you said, if you're intoxicated and you're hungry, you want to eat. A lot of frozen pizza is still going to be good.
In reality, every frozen pizza tastes like every other frozen pizza. If we really wanted to be like Ballbusters, except Bob, lots of matzo. This fucking company. Have you had one of the lots of matzo pizzas?
I did not. I have not had a lot. I don't think so. Have I had a lot of matzo? I don't think so.
And honestly, I don't know if you can get it where you're living, but because they're slowly expanding. But this company, I don't know what they do with the cheese, but every time I fucking put one in my oven, it fucking destroys my oven because the cheese just like fucking explodes in the oven. But it's so good. And every time I make one, I'm like, I will never make another one again because this is ridiculous. I have fires and smoke and people are running out of the house. Yeah, it's fucking chaos.
Cops are here. Cops, firefighters.
This is not worth a frozen pizza. And then I get drunk and I have one and I put it in and it's chaos again. But it's honestly probably the best frozen fucking pizza I've ever had in my life. This is serious Dennis's voice.
That is. I can tell you're really.
I really got deep down in.
I was going to say, and I know your most recent one you did on your podcast was the Mama Cozies or
Mama Cozy. Yep.
And which is funny that I actually had this past weekend, and I meant to take a picture of it, and I didn't, but I do have one.
You're more than welcome to do a Frozen Pizza Chronicle.
Well, what they had special Halloween pizzas. Did you see these?
Oh God! If you're gonna say with those fucking yellow candies on it,
no, there's no candies on it. But I had one this past weekend that was shaped like a pumpkin.
Oh, okay.
And had it was more of a cheddar cheese on it instead of the mozzarella cheese.
That's always an interesting take. The cheddar cheese.
Yeah.
Screaming Sicilian does that too. They have yeah.
So I had that one, and it was pretty good. But I do have in the freezer still. They had a ghost shaped pizza with the mozzarella and like a little olive eyes on it.
So when you cook a pumpkin shaped pizza or a ghost shaped pizza, does it look like a ghost or a pumpkin after you're done cooking it?
Like a melted pumpkin, at least that one, because it had. If you look at the pictures of it, you'll probably see it online. It had like two triangle like mozzarella eyes, and mozzarella cheese is like the pumpkin mouth, and then everything else was the like cheddar cheese on it. So it was got the orange color to it. But once it cooked and melted, it still kind of looked like a pumpkin. I mean, it was still shaped like a pumpkin, but it did just look like a melted pumpkin at that point when it was done. So I had that one last weekend, and I still have the ghost one. So maybe when it comes time to do that one, maybe I'll have to do a
And that was Mama Cozy? Is that what you said?
Yes, because I saw it, and I was like, wait, this is the one that Dennis had just talked about on his show when you did your special audio Frozen Pizza Chronicles.
Yeah, and that's probably the most popular one, right? I don't know.
Well, you got to get back on track. You still have one that's sitting on the website in your drafts from.
Oh no, I didn't.
A year ago.
Which one is it? Which one is it?
Is
it next to one of Tiffany's GCW ones that she?
This was from December 13th, 2021. The Red Baron brick oven pepperoni pizza.
Oh, I can give you. I'll give you the review right now. Garbage. Yeah, I think that it was so bad that I was like, I can't even write a review for this one. It was so horrible, and I don't know if it was because I cooked it incorrectly. Because they say you're not supposed to thaw them out. I've always thawed my pizzas out before I put them in the oven because it cooks quicker and crisps better.
Now, how do you cook it? Do you put the pizza right in the oven just right on the oven rails?
Just right on the rails. Okay. I used to put tinfoil underneath of them, but then I was told that you're not supposed to do that, so I stopped doing that. So I just throw them, and that's why the lots of matzahs fuck the oven
because it's dripping all.
There's nothing stopping all that cheese. I don't know how much cheese they put on those pizzas, but and people may be thinking I'm exaggerating here, but it's literally plumes of smoke coming out of the oven, and I mean,
I've had that before. Yeah, I mean, with other things where it starts dripping down at the bottom, the next thing you know, you go in there, you're like, what's that smell?
What the hell is going on?
What is smoking in there? Then you look like, oh shit, what's dripping down to the bottom of the oven? Now I gotta clean all this stuff. And it's just like, I don't want to clean. All right, I'll just let it burn off. Eventually it'll fix itself.
It's gonna go away.
Yeah, it's gonna go away eventually. It's gonna fix itself. Yeah.
It'll correct itself. Yeah, but the really cool thing, and I think we've probably talked about this before, but because of these reviews, I got Screamin' Sicilian sending me pizzas for free. I got like prototypes that weren't even in this area. The calzones.
They're good stuff. I've had the Screamin' Sicilian calzones or not the calzones, the strombolis.
The strombolis, yeah, they're not.
They're really good. And I might have even had some of the regular pizzas of them too. For frozen pizzas, I've always thought those are pretty good. This is even
Very
before
good.
you started doing the Frozen Pizza Chronicles. So it's not like we're not biased here. We're not just saying it because
No, absolutely not.
you know, you send free stuff. I mean, yes, we love free stuff. You want to send us free stuff? Feel free to send
and
free
you know
stuff.
what? I don't even think they got the highest score. I think Barstool still has the highest score. I don't think I judged them differently, but I thought that was a really cool thing. Content creator wise, no one pays for anything. We don't get paid for any of this shit. And they reached out and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna send you a box of pizzas." And I was like, "This
All right.
is everything that I've ever wanted in my life." Frozen pizza sent to me.
Exactly. Free frozen pizza. I'll take it.
I'll take it. But yeah, now I can die happy.
You got your free frozen pizza. You're good to go.
Yeah, some of them just don't cook well. They taste weird. Like there's like I don't know how you feel about it. I don't like sweet pizza. I don't like sweet sauce on pizza.
No, I don't either. I don't either too. I don't like the sweet. Now when I usually because I was asking you before about how you cook it. Now usually I have a pizza stone.
Okay.
And that's usually how I'll cook my frozen pizza is on the pizza stone.
Yeah, you know,
doing it that way.
I've never actually used a pizza stone. I probably should invest in one as much as as much as I eat frozen pizzas, I probably should. Now, have you ever used one of those where they rotate? They're not in the oven.
No, I know it's like the little like contraption you put the pizza on it and it kind of rotates around like on your countertop.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never used. I've seen them in like videos of it. I've never actually done it myself.
I love the concept of it, but there's too much air around it, so I don't see how.
Yeah, I don't. I know. I've seen that too, and it's like, oh, look at this. The thing's cooking a pizza and it's spinning around. I'm like, I don't know. I don't trust it. I'm like, I'd rather just throw it in the oven and just do it the way
God for 12 minutes. And
yeah,
you know, honestly, the greatest frozen pizza of all time is the Totino's. And I don't know why they changed the shape. They used to be round with those little cubed pepperonis, whatever shitty cheese they use. And I would literally, after a night of drunken debauchery, I would literally throw one in the freezer, not the freezer. Why would I put it in the freezer?
Put the frozen pizza in the freezer.
That's going to hurt my teeth. I would literally throw it in the microwave, nuke it for like 3 minutes, fold it up like a taco, and it's a taco pizza. And it's the greatest goddamn thing that's ever existed in our world. And then they changed the shape. How many Totino's have you had, Bob?
I've had a good amount. Like I said, it was always a nice like fallback, like the old reliable.
Exactly.
Like you know what you're getting.
Always there.
Exactly.
It's never gonna disappoint, and it's never gonna overexceed. You're not gonna eat it one night and go, "Holy shit! I just had a pizza from Rome." But you're also not gonna be like, "Oh, you know what? This was a Pizza Hut pizza."
Right. Yeah, like you said, you had your Totino's party pizza.
And they won us with their they used to give like football cards and football stickers.
Yeah, you
remember that?
Yes. I actually have, and I found like I had from Tombstone Pizza. I have a pack of football like legendary quarterback cards from like 1995. Still,
Tombstone I think was probably one of the original frozen pizzas, right?
If not one of the original ones, it was.
Totino's was probably the first one, but
it was one of like the
biggest
one for
a while.
Like commercialized, ones, and like
and
like
sure.
the mid '90s was the like, oh, what do you want on your tombstone?
Yes,
and they say, oh, pepperoni, sausage, and they had a whole bunch of commercials related to it. I mean, you hear nothing about Tombstone Pizza now. It's still out there. You'll still see it in the frozen food. They'll be there, but I don't think I've had a Tombstone Pizza in 10, 15, 20 years. I don't even know the last time I had a Tombstone Pizza.
Do we have a Tombstone review on the website? Are you looking at it right now?
I'm looking now. I don't see one. I don't think...
Yeah, because I don't know. I can't remember the last time I had a Tombstone either.
No Tombstone Pizza in the Frozen Pizza Chronicles. So maybe that's one you got to add to the list.
Yeah, Alexa, buy a Tombstone Pizza. No, you can do it.
You will do it, lady.
I pay you for services, and you're going to render them. Alexa, don't act like you weren't listening.
He's always listening.
Oh, you bitch! So this goes back to the functioning drunks. We used to argue with Alexa all the time.
Just tell Anne to pick you up a.
Is she still outside? Anne,
go grab me a Tombstone Pizza.
Tombstone, just pepperoni.
What?
No, not for your husband, just me.
I want the Tombstone, please.
Oh, boy. How are we talking about frozen pizzas for 3 hours?
People love frozen pizzas.
Goddamn right they do.
You see. Now, don't forget. Now, I did throw out if anybody had any questions.
Oh, did you get any?
For you. We did. We got. I know. I was surprised too.
What is my mom doing?
Dennis said, he was going to be a guest on the podcast. So I set out on the Twitter machine. I said, any questions for Dennis? Let me know. So how many questions do you think we got?
I'm surprised that we got one. So I'm going to guess 3.
2. So
damn it. I had hope, and then Bob shot it down.
Yeah.
Is one from Randy? Do you remember Randy? Where's Randy?
I don't know. Where is he? It was not Randy. After the debacle of the there's a pork chop in every beer episode.
Yes.
Which is out there in the archives. If you want to check it out, it is out there.
Probably one of the greatest episodes of all time.
Yeah, if you want one of the greatest hour and change, might even be more than that, of podcasting with a real cast of characters that you won't find anywhere else.
It was literally a clusterfuck of characters that tried to get all their shit in, and none of us could because we were all trying to do it at the same time.
Yeah, I mean,
I've never heard Shayna.
1, 2,
I have
3.
never heard Shayna so annoyed in a situation.
I'm surprised she still talks to you after that.
I mean, I think she's in love with me.
I mean, now she's got to compete with Anne, but hey.
I mean, if she starts door dashing, we're probably going to get married.
Hey,
I'll probably actually message her after we're done here and see if she wants a podcast, because she's been wanting a podcast with me forever. I mean, I am.
Hey, you got to shoot your shot.
But what's question number 1?
Okay, all right. Well, question number 1. Well, this is kind of this is a softball here.
Wait, is Eric one of the questioners?
No, it wasn't.
What the fuck, man?
Do I know
any of these people?
I don't know. You might. Okay. This is from the Drinks with Josh podcast, America's favorite podcast. They wanted to know,
I don't know about that.
What's your preferred flavor of MD 2020? I don't know. When's the last time you've had it? I mean, it's probably. I know you haven't had any in a while. I know.
Yeah, I honestly don't even. That question, I don't even have an answer for.
Orange, blue,
probably
red. pick a color.
I probably orange.
Okay.
I mean, I don't even remember the last time I had that. Like we were talking earlier, I stick with the old standby. The Natty Ice is all I really drink.
Oh yeah, I know you. I know you don't. You haven't drank any of that in recent years, but this would probably be like a throwback to the younger days.
Yeah, the younger days. I mean, I remember Colt 45. I don't remember anything else. Sorry for the lame answer, man. Thanks for asking the question, but
we'll see if you can Instacart. See if you can Instacart some MD 2020. Maybe that would be something to.
I know where I can get it. It's all over the place here. It's not like it's like hard to get.
Yeah.
It's just not something that I go to. Like if I'm not drinking beer or whiskey or vodka, I usually tend to just buy like bottles of Boone's Farm because I'm white trash.
Okay. So then maybe this second question, it's not really so much a question for you, just somebody who wants your opinion on what they plan on doing.
Okay.
This is from Mr.
Pull out. That's what I.
This is from Mr. Jarnaby Bones.
Okay.
On Twitter, asking, does Dennis think it's a good idea for me to spend my entire Saturday drinking gas station single-serve cocktails and Alka-Pops with the occasional gas station airplane shot thrown in to boot?
That's a language I don't even understand. I mean, I think there's some made-up things right there.
Okay, so let me. Do you want me to break it down for you?
Nope.
I can. Okay.
This is how I'm going to answer it.
Okay.
I'm going to go with my heart here. What was the name again? Barnaby.
Jarnaby Bones.
Jarnaby Bones.
Yeah.
Jarnaby Bones. I'm going to tell you this right now. Go with your heart. If that's what you want to do it.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
I would also maybe intake couple of those rotating hot dogs too. You know,
you might as well if you're
bust it up a little bit.
You already stop at the gas station to pick up your booze. Might as well just
they got some rolling dogs and some stale ass buns. Grab a couple of those. Live your life.
And probably I was gonna say probably 99 cents. Probably, depending on how inflation gets it now.
Yeah,
probably $1.50.
Yeah, probably
$1.50 for a hot dog.
So I lived in Florida for 6 months, and I was on a lawnmower crew. And my one saving grace every day was going to the Circle K, getting 2 dogs and a Coke, and it was $2.12. I can only imagine that it's about $35
now. Yeah, for that. Oh yeah.
2 dogs, 2 stale buns. Here, guys and gals, I don't know how many women listen to this podcast, but there is a life hack. When you go into a gas station and you see they got those rolling hot dogs, just grab a couple of the containers and fill it up with the hot dogs. You don't need to put the buns in, okay? Just fill them up with the hot dogs, 5 hot dogs per container. Then buy yourself a bag of $1.99 buns. You're eating for a couple days.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
There you go. Life hack from Dennis right there.
And this is something that I actually do to this day because I'm cheap and possibly got eating disorders. Some of my favorite podcast moments is when Bob actually really just fucking loses it, and he just did. Yeah, I got him. I got him good that time.
Yeah. Luckily, I wasn't in the process of drinking my beer at that time. Otherwise, it would have been bad.
So I knew that I was going to be on the show tonight, and I was sitting here, a lot of people think this is just natural, that this comedic genius is just a natural thing that I have. But I have to prepare myself. And I was actually kind of pissed that we didn't have any porn stars on during the show as well. I was really hoping that you would surprise me with Brandy Love. Been jerking off to her a lot lately.
If that's not a podcast invitation, then I don't know what is.
You've had her on the show, though, right? Brandy Love?
No, have not had Brandy Love.
You have not had her on?
No,
okay.
Have not had her on the show. No.
Well, when you do, maybe just invite me.
Okay.
I'll be a gentleman.
You thought that when we set this up that maybe I just didn't tell you and it'd be like a special.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like
a special Christmas present for you to be on the show.
Instead of a punked, it would be a spunked. I thought that's what it was going to be. But Dennis doesn't get things that he wants.
Maybe next time. Maybe in 2023.
We do have to keep the streak alive.
For year 6.
We do have to keep the year 6.
Year 6. We'll see if it's 6.
I do have a message.
69.
Cal is really upset that you haven't invited him back on the podcast.
Have you talked to Cal Ferrari recently? How's he doing?
He's in the bunker. We told him that COVID's done. He doesn't believe us.
Does he still have his Zima going down there? He's still got his pallets of it, right?
He's got 33 pallets left. I think maybe he died at some point and reanimated. And so now we got zombie Cal. I don't know. But yeah, he's still got some he's still got some down there. But I told him, I spoke to him earlier today. Told him I was gonna, keep my streak alive.
Yeah, we'd be chatting.
He seemed a little irate that his streak died at 1.
Hey, well, tell Cal that the fans want him back on the show. I listened to your guys' episode the other day, and his appearance is one of the top rated episodes
it's gotta be.
In all honesty, it actually does have a good amount of downloads on that one. I don't know why. I don't know. Was it Cal that brought the people in? I don't know. I mean, it's
there were some things that were said in that podcast that probably shouldn't have been said. And maybe that's why it's popular. People had to re-listen to it a few times
to see they listened to it.
Did
once.
He really say that?
Yeah.
And why is Bob letting this happen? We know it's Dennis. We know that's Dennis talking.
It takes them a few days to recognize that. Then they're like sleeping, and you wake up in the middle of the night, and they wait a second, I gotta listen to this episode again.
I listen to it quite often, actually. Maybe I'm the reason why.
Maybe that's why. Yeah, maybe.
I forget that that's me talking sometimes.
Oh, you mean you? No, it's not. It's
Cal.
It's
Cal. Cal. I mean, yeah, that's what I meant. He really, he really should have his own podcast. Whoever handles him should not be so lazy and do something with that.
Tell Cal to get out of the bunker. Tell him it's safe to come out. He can drink his Zima on the podcast. He's more than welcome.
His fajitas. He can come back and make his fajitas.
Yeah.
He's not going to get slapped. He's not going to get beat up for making the fajitas.
No. I always say this is a safe place here too.
Oh, you know what? If I present him with that, maybe it could be Cal's Safe Place, the Cal's Safe Place podcast.
There you go. It's a judgment-free zone where he can say what he wants and hope that that Elon does not suspend him from Twitter.
Why do I say the things I say?
Why does Dennis do all the things he does? Yeah, nobody knows. Nobody knows why. Knows. But he's here. He made this
year 5, baby.
Year 5, going out with a bang.
My dog is like licking his ball sack right now in such an aggressive way that he knows. I'm scared.
He knows what's up.
Stop doing that. Seriously, I don't know if you can rape yourself, but I think that dog
he's trying. He's trying. He's
just raped itself. God damn it! I got to call the cops now.
See. Now it's all. We have it all recorded. We know what happened.
I'm trying to think if I've covered everything that I wanted to cover on this podcast tonight. We talked about frozen pizza,
the McRib.
You think we'll be doing this in 5 more years? Like, will there be the 10-year?
I mean, what's 5 more years? What's 5 more years from now?
I remember the first time I came on to the Bumwine Bobcat podcast, and it was on Skype, and it was run by a different person, though. Like, I called in.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that was weird. I was like, holy shit, is this like a real radio station? I don't know. I don't know if this is a good idea for anyone for me to be doing this right now.
Is this real life? I don't know.
And then I was like, he's got a really weird setup. I don't understand what's going on. But here we are.
Yeah,
here we are.
The original Bone with Bobcat days of I guess that was the with Nathan over on the SFD radio when he was doing the thing where he was like.
So were you streaming live at that time? Was that a live?
Yeah, that was you were doing it live. And
holy shit, I didn't know that. Wow.
But they're all out there in the archives now.
Yeah, listen to them, man. And maybe, you know what? Next year, for the 6th straight year, the goal should be this: to get me and Molly reunited. She will not reply to any messages that I send her.
Have you tried still?
Yeah, I have.
Maybe I'll try to reach out to her. I'll see. Maybe I can.
Maybe you need to be the what do they call it?
I got to be the I don't want to say the moderator, but somebody to bring everybody together.
Yeah, the world needs a Dennis and Molly
reunion.
I don't even know what I did wrong. The only thing that I did wrong was that I cared, and
you brought a Fuller House, and
when she went missing, I called and asked if she was dead. I called the cops and seen if she was in prison. Is that wrong?
No, you were just concerned, a concerned friend.
We had some, the one time I had deals with advertisers was with Molly. And these people paid us money. They sent us things, and she bailed. And I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Here we are.
Yeah. She never. I think the one podcast you both were supposed to be on with me, and I think she ended up bailing that night, and it was just you.
Yeah, nobody would just want to hear me.
The American Dirtbags podcast.
That's such a great concept. Yeah. Why couldn't she just be good?
See, maybe we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we can work something out. Maybe we can see. I'm looking at. She's still out there. She still has her Twitter out there. I mean, she hasn't posted anything in a while. October 30th.
She's dead again. She's dead again. I have to call the cops.
Yeah, I say, is she alive? Who are you, sir? Sir, stop calling.
What a weird, bizarre. The podcasting ride has been so weird, man.
I mean, what's next for you? Just trying to.
If I could just get past my laziness and I don't know, man. I'm gonna message Shayna like half an hour after this, after I piss.
Mm-hmm.
See if she wants a podcast. Me and Eric are supposed to do some podcasting. I have this idea of watching movies and commentating on the movies. I sent Eric a demo of it today. He said it was funny.
Okay.
I think maybe he just wants to touch me in places in my private areas.
He wants you to come over. Yeah, come over to my house.
I'm like, dude, I'm in a relationship with Ann from Instacart, sir.
Yeah. It's like, all right, well, don't worry. She's married too, so what's...
She has a big fucking rock on her finger. So that makes me think that I should kidnap her and maybe, get some money. But I shouldn't have said that out loud.
Yeah.
We'll edit that part out.
Yeah, we'll take that out. Yeah.
But yeah, so I have all these ideas. I don't have the time.
Yeah. I think we all have ideas when it comes to
right.
It's like, oh, this would be a great idea to do, or this and that.
When
and
I'm
putting the ideas, the pen to paper, and actually following through. That's the problem.
That's the problem. Like when you're unemployed and you have all the time in the world, you don't have the money or the resources to do what you want to do. But then when you're employed and you have all the money and all the resources, you don't have the time.
Exactly.
So what the fuck are you supposed to do, Joe Rogan?
Yeah. Come on. Damn it.
But so yesterday you said that this episode wouldn't drop until 4 episodes passed. but I had to do something to get it to jump up to the next episode. What was that thing?
What'd you say? Was it 100 likes or retweets on your video you posted?
Oh, that's what you were talking about? Oh shit, we're fucked. This episode will never see the light of day. Yeah. This will be in the arc.
Don't worry.
This will get buried in your Patreon for $9.99 a month. Yeah. So someone who has been podcasting regularly, and I mean, how many episodes is this now? How many are we at?
This will be this might be around 268, 269.
269 episodes. And how many years? 6, 7, 8?
2015, so seven years? Yeah.
So you've been doing basically 42 episodes a year? Is that what the math is? I'm drunk?
Probably, yeah. I mean, it's definitely not every single week. I mean, if I did every single week during that time,
but 42 episodes,
42
episodes out of 52 weeks is a pretty goddamn good amount of podcasts.
Yeah.
How annoying or aggravating is it when you see a podcast that has 2 episodes start putting out T-shirts?
Oh yeah,
Patreon. What the fuck is that shit about?
Right.
I mean, God bless you for having that much faith in your product, but that's not how it is ever going to be.
Right. And they start saying, "Oh yeah, we're doing this podcast." And then 10 episodes, and then it's just gone forever. And it's like, "Oh yeah, remember that podcast?" Yep, not anymore.
Done. Did you buy one of the T-shirts though?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I didn't even hear it.
Yeah, well, we know. I think we talked about this before too. The COVID times was the boom of the podcasting, and everybody who said, "Well, I have nothing else to do. I'm just going to start a podcast."
And totally get that.
And how many people started podcasts are actually still doing them at this point is probably a small fraction.
Well, half of them are dead because of Trump, but the other half are probably just working again.
Yeah, I don't have time to do a podcast, and I got to really do work. It's like, well,
I was off for a year. Now I got to fucking make money. That $2,600 check didn't really last that long.
Right. I invested it all in my podcast. That got 5 downloads.
I bought Bitcoin.
Yeah.
What did you do with that stimulus? I bought Bitcoin. Now I'm sucking dick behind the trailer at the.
Yeah, but it's a wild ride, the podcast world, and doing this many episodes, and
Do you ever think about just stopping?
I
not that I want you to stop. I
know. No, but I like doing it. I have fun doing it, and I'm trying to get back on track, trying to do something every week like it used to be. Is it the same as it was in the beginning? Not so much. I mean, I liked how I had it with the original podcast of the radio call-in show.
Yeah, I was listening. I was on the Twitch page yesterday and was listening to the call-ins, and that is something that podcasts really, really lack. Like, if you could have the call-ins, it just adds I don't know, like a mysterious thing.
The spontaneity of it.
Yeah, spontaneity.
It's spontaneous of, okay, we got a call from this, and you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what they're going to want to talk about.
I really think that's why I grew up listening to AM radio and then Howard Stern and all that stuff. And in my heart, that's what I want to do. I want to do a radio show. I don't want to do a podcast. Because podcasts, you record it on a Monday, release it on a Thursday, and there's something that's lost in that. I want it to be more community driven, where people are actually, they have to listen and invest their time in it and be a part of it. Whereas I'm just talking into a microphone, and I'm not saying that I don't enjoy this conversation tonight has been enjoyable, but it would be it would be funnier. It would be better if we had people calling in and throwing their 2 cents in as well.
Right. And I've like, well, it's like you could do you're doing this over Zoom. You could throw out the Zoom link to anybody and say, hey,
Sure.
just join in.
And that's what I tried to do the other night. I just, you know what? I just want people to call me on Skype. Don't care who you are. Don't even tell me who you are. Let's just have a random fucking conversation.
Right.
But people won't do that.
But who knows? Maybe we can work something out. We can figure out a way to.
2023 is going to be the year that you and I bring back live radio. That's the goal.
Right. If it's between something with this and, like I said, when I've been doing more with just, I mean, right now the Twitch stream is really just streaming random old episodes of the podcast, but it's really to maybe try out something streaming on that platform.
Sure.
With live stuff that way. You never know. We're always trying to get the creative juices flowing here at bumwinebob.com and on the podcast.
In the time that I've been with, writing on the page and shit, we've thrown everything at the wall, trying to entertain and get your money. But yeah, I mean, Twitch seems, and that's a great idea, and I kind of thought that's what you were trying to do with the Twitch channel, and I had that idea, last year.
Well, you had the idea originally with the BWB radio,
yeah,
and streaming, and that was just streaming music, and then I was streaming podcasts that way, throwing up all these ideas of things we could do with watch-alongs, and
for some reason the timing just doesn't hit, but eventually we're gonna hit.
One of these things has to hit at one point. You think?
Yeah,
throw out this many ideas, one of them has to be the winner.
Something has to.
Exactly.
And if that means having crude, I don't know why Creed, because Creed's on the TV right now.
Yeah.
If that means crude, posing nude and taking lots of drugs on Twitter and Twitch, that's what we're gonna do. He's signed to an exclusive contract. He can't go anywhere else.
That's true. He is the official property of bumwinebob.com. So you do not
do all the drugs and all the nudity.
Yeah, exactly. You don't get crude anywhere else.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm drunk.
All right. Well, on that note, we will wrap things up.
2 more hours of fucking podcast gold for you fuckers.
See, only the best. When Dennis comes on the podcast, you only get the best. And when it comes to the best, it is the best of the worst in cheap booze that we specialize in here at bumwinebob.com. And I'm Bone with Bobcat. And Dennis, anything else you want to throw out there before we sign off?
2023. We're going to do it.
That's it. You
also, Cobra Kai never dies.
You heard it here first. He is Dennis. He is the host of the sometimes podcast.
It is next year.
Dennis versus the World. And if you listen to this in the archives down the road, it could be the Dennis Show, the Functioning Drugs, the American Dirtbags, could be Molly. It could be
Cal's Cooking Show.
Could be Cal Ferrari.
Cal and Molly make a baby.
You never know what might happen here. But he is the man. He is Dennis.
I love you, Bob.
All right. I love you too.
I would kiss you right now if you're in this room.
Hey, what would Ann think about that?
She's outside. She literally is.
She's okay with that.
Yeah, she's just staring at me. She's rubbing a cucumber on her. Stop.
Oh, okay, all right. He's Dennis. I am Bumwine Bob.
Thanks for listening.
Until next time. Cheers.
I need a beer.